it is very clear that Macron wants the Lebanese political class to get a government together in order to get money that the country desperately needs. Is that even possible at this point?
Absolutely. The president himself did make it clear, as long as a government competent enough to implement the needed reforms in order to unlock the billions of dollars is informed, there is no money that's going to pour into Lebanon. And that is actually a catastrophic situation, given that Lebanon has been defaulting on its towering sovereign debt. And its banks are literally at their knees. A lot of people can't even withdraw their money, their hard-earned money, from the banks. There needs to be massive reforms implemented when it comes to the banking sector, and also the energy sector as well. We still don't have 24-hour electricity, not to mention thousands of other problems that we need to solve. So in order for us to get the trust of the international community again, we need to form a government as soon as possible. Now, from Macron's speech yesterday, it was clear that there are no sanctions on the table. Yet, from what I've been hearing on the ground, a lot of people are saying that so long as sanctions aren't implemented on those politicians who failed to respect their promise to form a government in due time, there is no change that's ever going to happen.
There have been some very strong words from Macron. We heard there just a moment ago, calling this a collective betrayal, saying that the political class bears full responsibility. What kind of reaction has there been to those comments?
Well, as I briefly mentioned just now, a lot of people are saying that he should have gone ahead and applied those sanctions that he promised to do to impose, should I say, in case they did not respect the promise to form a government. Because at this point, as we just mentioned again, reforms are needed more than ever. Because if we don't get those reforms, there's no money coming through to the country. Much needed money that's actually vital. Our situation is absolutely dire. And we need to rescue Lebanon as soon as possible, and that should be a priority. Unfortunately or not, it depends how you look at things. In this country, we've had many different reactions when it comes to Macron's speech from the people of Lebanon. Not so many reactions from the politicians themselves, who've been abstaining from reacting so far, because we have to recognize that this was quite a harsh speech from the president. So far, from what I've seen on Twitter, a lot of people took to Twitter to express their frustration, clearly stating that Macron should have gone ahead and pressed on with those sanctions, should have said that not only are they ashamed, quoting Macron again in his speech, but also they're angry with the politicians for failing to form that government in due time. On the other hand, you have people who are obviously supporting Hezbollah and the Amal bloc, who've been saying that it's none of Macron's business to be mingling, or should I say, interfering with Lebanon's affairs, and clearly stating that and reminding the world that Hezbollah has a majority in parliament, and not just in the parliament, but also as a people. They're quite a big number in Lebanon who do support Hezbollah. And as I was mentioning earlier this morning, Hezbollah is not just a few people in parliament. It's not just a political party in Lebanon. It's also an ideology. It's also a part of people, of a big chunk of the Lebanese population in Lebanon.
Linda, thank you for that. Linda Tamim, they're reporting for us from Beirut.